Nice. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, yeah, I guess let's okay. Yeah, Dennis, you wanna go ahead and start and give the brief recap?
Our final.
A wraith. And I was told a lich would destroy us.
Was buried.
The Tomb of
Um,
Khalid.
Tomb of Khalid, and we
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
among some others.
time.
Now
Yep, okay. And then who is your character? Just like name, intro, what are you down here? What are you looking for? What are you trying to do? It's very brief.
really happy. So I'm definitely bored. I'm completely. And killed everyone. And given the fact that he's my
All right, and Tarkus.
What? So just
Just like a brief intro to your character.
Tarkus is a warlock, half drow, half human. She's pledged to the Great Old One, and that's how she gets her powers, from this, like, what she pictures as like this giant tentacled beast that lives within the depths. She's really difficult to get along with, and basically is out for herself, but sometimes she's unpredictable, like with the Displacer Beast Cloak. She has a minion, or what are they called?
Familiar.
A familiar. Yeah, a familiar Displacer Beast, almost like juvenile, so a little bigger than a normal cat.
And what's she doing in the Underdark?
She's looking for magical items, even though everybody has magical items now except for her. She's looking for that special one.
All right. Corbin.
Yeah. Corbin's a paladin. He long ago he used to just be a simple person living in a village, and he went and joined the army to fight, but he kind of became disillusioned after seeing various war crimes and things like that, and not being able to protect people due to orders. And so he abandoned the army. He deserted, rather, and he became kind of like a mercenary, I guess, but not really. Just abandoning his own will, not money or anything like that. And his goal is pretty much just like protecting the common good.
And Zarth.
So it's Zarth Colton. He grew up in sort of a recluse jungle village. When he was still quite young, a monster of unknown origins attacked his village and killed both of his parents. And just basically wreaked havoc on this village. It wasn't, too long after that the village was, so many of the people had been, hurt or lost that it couldn't really sustain itself anymore, and he was forced to, sort of use one of the weapons that he had sort of seen people using in his village, the glaive, to go and fend for himself. Eventually found his way to the city, where he went through training and joined the Royal Dragoons. After years of practice and whatnot, under Alastina, where he, tries to defend those who really can't defend themselves, sort of, trying to make up for when he was too young to, protect all the people that he lost.
Alrighty, and then the other character in the party is Alastina, who is Alastina Serpenthelm, captain of the Royal Centurion Dragoons, who are currently lost in the Underdark. There's Dost, who is a sprout myconid from the Neverlight Grove that was rescued by the party geez, who else? Jim Jar, a traveling deep gnome who is kind of the mascot of the group. And I think that's about it, right? And Jeff.
And Jeff.
Jeff, the
Umber Hulk.
Umber Hulk pack mule, who's
Yep.
owned by Tarkus at this point.
The sentient slave.
Hodor?
Pretty much. Okay, so you all exit the tomb. You're exhausted, bloodied. I think one of you got electrocuted at some point. You see, Jim Jar was waiting outside with Jeff and Dose. You guys sort of reconvene. And what do you guys do?
I'm gonna try to identify this potion, so I need an hour, but I can do it on the back of
On the back of Jeff as you're
Yeah.
traveling?
back of Jeff.
Okay. So I think the last thing that had happened was Dawnbringer said I could lead the way or something similar to that.
Yes.
So, yeah. Yeah, he kind of. So Dawnbringer was this sentient sword that was rescued by the party in the depths of the tomb of Khayyam. So he said I could lead the way. And Corbin, when everyone gets outside, they kind of Tarkus goes over to Jeff and starts either unpacking him or unleashing him or whatever, and you feel Dawnbringer kind of tug at your hand in one direction, and it's sort of at an angle and downwards, and it points towards the hole that was in the top of the hole that was in the floor that led down to the silken paths where Fargus had fallen through.
Is that where the is she pointing me towards that to the
Graven Hollow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think we have our next objective.
Let's follow the magic sword.
We can all.
No, just Corbin. So Dawnbringer, it was exhausted. So he can only Corbin can kind of feel. It's basically like it floats out. His arm like floats out. It's almost like a Ouija board, where it's sort of like it guides him loosely to where you need to go. Just like vaguely will point.
I'm kidding.
I mean, I think we realize it's a magic sword, so
Yes.
Yeah, its name is Dawnbringer. I mean, hopefully we can get out of here once we're done with all this.
We still have to kill a demon queen.
maybe Dawnbringer can help us with that.
Can I ask her if she knows anything about? Is she able to speak to me at all, or not really?
You only get silence.
Okay.
Match made in heaven.
And the dragon. And we'll just leave.
Never got our rock golems, god damn it.
Yeah, really. Let's go adventure elsewhere. We did. Didn't we just wake up?
No, this is still a couple. This is just after you exit the tomb.
I thought he played that music
Yeah.
for us to rest.
Oh shit! No, that's right. Oh, my bad. Yes, you guys did rest. That was it. You were waking up. I'm sorry. My apologies. Yes, you sang the song of rest, right?
The Song of Rest.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm studying these potions. I have 2 unidentified potions.
Well, it's still in Dwarvish. Do you have comprehend languages or?
Oh, I have the Belt of Dwarven Strength, which can let me read it.
Yeah, but how are you going to do it when we're walking? I'm not walking. I do have comprehend languages. I'm going to waste a spell, but I can just sleep on the back of Jeff to get it back, so. It takes an hour. It's a long time. I can do it. I have comprehend languages.
But I just need to put my belt on.
But it's kind of hard to do when you're walking, isn't it? I don't care. It's up to you. I guess I don't have to expend a spell.
Yeah, no, I'll just put on my belt and read. Like, I think that should be easy enough.
All right, don't hurt yourself while we're walking over rocky terrain.
I think I can multitask just fine.
Okay, so you guys are the sword sort of points down into, remember Fargus fell through a crumbling hole in the floor which fell onto the silken paths where he was sort of he luckily managed to survive and but barely because he got wrapped up by a spider. But so it's sort of pointing down into this hole which, you know, you look down and you can a couple hundred feet down you can sort of see some of the spider webs.
I don't think it's a good idea at all.
There's got to be another
anyone have a-
one.
Not really. No, it's
Let's drop a
there's-
torch.
You can drop a torch, yeah.
We'll set the entire fire. Is my thing really loud for some reason?
I don't think so.
I can keep hearing reverb in my ear. I don't know what the hell it's from.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I heard it too.
Well, you remember Fargus telling you that he fell. It must have been a couple hundred feet before he hit some of the webs, so you know it's
Damn.
quite a ways down.
No way we probably don't have any rope, especially not a couple hundred feet of rope. And I'm pretty sure I can't survive a couple 100-foot fall. But I mean, on the web might be a little different.
You could go back the way that you came, which was a downward slope, which then went around to the Silken Paths. But
Yeah,
it'd be
that's
another. I think it was just a day or
Yeah.
a day and a half to get, or rest and a half to get to climb up that. It was a pretty steep hill, but it wasn't.
Why don't we
Yuck Yuck and spider bait.
They're probably dead.
Just as you say they're probably dead, you can kind of you see a torch coming out through the distance on top of the silken webs. Two torches, and they're coming across the silken webs very quickly. And you recognize their goofy cadence and difference in height, and it is indeed Yuck Yuck and spider bait.
Can they hear us from here? We're looking down the whole Fargus fell through?
Yes.
Can I shatter?
Yep, shatter.
Don't shatter the web, God.
So you start to play a song? Okay, they kind of you see that the torches in the distance kind of stay where they are for a bit, and start moving towards closer and faster to where directly underneath you guys are at an increased speed. Hi, it's you again.
You guys aren't poisoned by the fungus queen yet, huh?
No, but business has been real good with people trying to get away and stuff like that. So we've got pretty fat pockets by this point. Shh, don't tell them anything.
Jim Jar, what do you think? We shouldn't go with these clowns.
They are the quickest way across the silken paths. That's all I know.
Will they wait? Will you guys wait for us? We have to follow. We have to find a way back down.
We'll wait for you.
All right. I guess we're heading back.
Hold up, guys. 1 second. I just gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Yep. Dennis, you should throw up that screen share. Get a chance. I just see like your avatar. But even just like like just to see like the combat tracker or the Fantasy Grounds chat would be cool.
Just
Perfect. Nope. That's awesome. Yeah, I like uninstalled the like I had done it not through Steam and then reinstalled it through Steam. Like made sure to set everything as admin and just still same error, just like can't connect to anything. Like I've never had this happen before. Like this is really dumb. I love how nothing can like change on the program. No updates or whatever, and just different errors every time.
Okay, I'm back. Phil, which was the adventure log that had you riding on the back of Jeff?
2 or 3 ago, right?
12. Yeah, 2 or 3.
Okay, so you head off towards the direction that you came from. Down. So just imagine that picture, but in reverse, pretty much. You climb down. You climb down the extremely rocky terrain that's angled at like a 45-degree angle. Jeff expertly is able to navigate the rocks. Everybody else, struggles a bit, but it's really quite a difficult climb. But everybody manages to make it down safely and around. And so as you guys sort of spend about half the day going down this steep terrain, you finally start to level off on towards more even ground and back around one of the corners into, again, the huge cavern of the Silken Paths, which you sort of step out into this huge, vast room that's just completely pitch black. You can't see anything below you. You know now that that there is a ceiling 400 to 500 feet above you, but like the first time you were there, there'd be no way that you have any idea. Yuck Yuck and Spiderbait are, as they promised, waiting kind of to. They see you guys and they're playing cards, a bastardized version of what Jim Jar taught them how to play, and he's very upset that they're not playing it right. So yeah.
What are those 2 posts? It's been over an hour.
Oh, okay. So through wearing the belt, Zarth was able to grow sort of like a grizzly beard in that hour. It was pretty epic. And he finds out that the Grey Ghosts, a lot of the it was a mixture of diary entries with formulas, with research of the head alchemist, and you discovered that the potions that you guys found were all potions of enlarged person, and they were trying to expedite the amount of time it took for the egg to hatch, and they were experimenting with different potions. And one of the potions they
Oh,
created
wow.
was a potion of enlarged person. And I forgot how many you got. How many did you guys find of those that were unidentified?
We found 2 unidentified ones. I don't know if they were the same thing though.
One of them is the enlarged potion that is described in the notes. The other one is you still can't recognize it based off of what you took.
The one from the tomb.
Yes, the one from the tomb that's still unrecognized.
How do I recognize that? Like, how do I learn what that is?
You'd have to take it to somebody that knew.
That's BS.
Sorry.
Making up rules.
No. Maybe if you had the cloak, it would have told you.
That doesn't tell you anything.
Yeah, there is like a weird feedback thing that's happening.
I know. Do you hear it?
Sometimes.
Is it just
Yeah.
me?
No, I hear it sometimes too.
It's like someone talking with their.
I think
Like-
it's Dennis. Is it you?
Probs.
Hello? Oh no.
No, I think it's just mine.
Is it me?
Oh yeah, it's you. I think. Is it you?
Who was
Let me-
that?
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
it's Dennis.
No, I think it's Brajan.
No, it's mine too.
Like I hear it's whenever people are talking, I hear them like talking, and it also comes through Dennis's microphone.
That's really weird.
Oh.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it is. It is. That's better. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
definitely better.
I
Okay.
can't hear
there
you.
we go.
Okay.
Yeah, as
Yeah, I
long
got
as
headphones.
if we all
Alright.
okay.
Because I'm using my phone.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so moving on. So Yuck Yuck and Spiderbait, they're pretty happy to see you guys, as they said. They're wearing a lot more jewelry now. They have some pretty nice Underdark necklaces and rings that they've acquired. Business is good. People are fleeing in all sorts of directions. But they end up telling you that it doesn't seem to matter which way people come from. They come from all directions. They think coming from the north and coming down this way is going to be better than going that way. And it's just a whole mishmash of people, but no one knows really where they're going. And that business is pretty good. People are fleeing in all directions, but it doesn't seem like they're going in one direction in particular. Everyone's just going away from wherever it was that they were.
Can you tell us where the Graven Hollow is?
Oh, never heard of that.
Alright, well, where's the stupid sword?
It is pointing towards sort of. So, you guys have crossed the Silicon Paths before, and there's imagine a point A and a point B. This is the Dawnbringer is pointing to a sort of third site, like imagine like a triangle. It's pointing like to the right of where the other path ends, off into sort of Yuck Yuck and Spiderbait have like they're not really too familiar with that area because it's so dangerous and heavily infested with spiders.
How close can you get us? I mean,
We can get you. I mean, with all your swords, we think you might be able to help protect us, so we can go as far as you need to go.
what about my
We got
Umber
you.
Hulk? What's gonna happen to Jeff?
He
Gotta
can-
leave his ass here?
They can grease him up as well. They can grease his little tentacle feet up, and he's able to cross he can actually cross the Silken Pass better than, not as quickly, but very, very sure and sort of almost like robot-like.
Oh, wow.
He can.
Not bad.
So you guys.
Yeah, let's go.
Start the journey.
Yeah. But
Okay, so you guys, no matter how much time you spend on the Silken Path, you always get scared when just looking down and seeing the complete pitch black beneath you and nothing except one single spider web or two spider webs that are holding you guys up. So, and they start taking you off towards this less beaten path, and the spider webs get really thick, and they're crisscrossing at more of an extreme angle, and the spaces that you guys are able to enter kind of gets tighter and tighter. So as the party is kind of going in, Yucca and Spiderbait at this point are like, well, we've never been this far before in this territory, but we're curious to see as far as it goes.
I'm pretty curious too.
So after a few more arduous hours of stopping and starting and helping people get through specific areas and some jumps that you had to make, there's a small ledge that's protruding out from this massive sheer sort of cave wall. And there's just a small little ledge, and it looks almost like a very dusty and ancient corridor that's leading out from the Silken Path. Oh, I think that might be it then, eh?
How high up is this ledge?
Well, it's the Silken Paths themselves. You have no. They're so far down. Like you are very high up in the air.
Like can we reach the ledge?
Yes, there is yeah. There's conveniently sort of a spider web that goes almost adjacent to it, and you're able to like jump down on top of that and kind of just climb your way up and right in front of the ledge. I guess this will be goodbye then. This one's on us, we don't really need any more money, so hope you find what you're looking for.
Thank you for
Thanks,
guiding
Chris.
us.
Filthy goblins.
Hey, nice.
So they hop off and sort of continue on their merry way.
They're
Yeah.
just spiders.
The corridor seems to be, this area seems like it's almost too small for spiders or any massive spiders to hide into. So it seems as if it's actually humanoid or human sort of height.
Oh yes, human-sized spiders. Nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah,
It's fine.
they're just human sized, guys.
Can't you go invisible? Just go invisible. I can send my pet in first.
I mean, I think we all. I mean, I'm guessing we'll have to go like single file. It sounds like a pretty small.
You do two abreast.
I'll send Lisha in first.
She is like sneaky, so she could like maybe like get by.
So you guys are all discussing this as you're balancing on some spider webs?
Well, no, let's get up on the ledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so there, you guys have hopped off onto this ledge from the spider webs, and it quickly takes a sharp right and a left turn, and you can't really see beyond that. So it looks almost like you're entering some sort of like maze or catacomb-like thing. Like and it's about 7 feet tall, 5 feet wide, or 10 feet wide. So theoretically, two characters could walk two abreast through this. The stone is gray and really wet and slick, and it smells kind of just damp and cold.
Yeah, will do.
Him and Elijah maybe, or
First,
Yeah,
and then
should
it'll
have
be
been
me,
front.
me
She
and
can
Corbin
kind
abreast.
of
All right,
probably let us know.
I can see through her eyes, so I'll send her down the hall.
Cool.
Okay,
Can,
and so
stay in the back, I guess. Just normally I go first, but with Corbin up there, just rear guard.
Okay, and then Alastina will be following up the rear as well. And where's Dost?
Next to me.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So
I don't think that
Yeah, but shatter vibrates like the air. I could shatter his ass. I'll just kick him down the silken path.
okay. So what do you guys have for light sources?
I don't need it. I can see in the dark.
Don't you have just you have dim
I mean,
vision, right?
Dawnbringer kind of like
Huh?
glows, right?
Yeah, Dawnbringer
Yeah.
is 30 feet, right? So you have him like out.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I think we all.
It's
But
fine.
I'll also like away from each other.
Okay.
So like,
Okay. All right. So you guys go ahead and continue through this cavern, which does end up being almost maze-like. It's extremely confining. You hear dripping all the time. But you can't figure out quite from where. There's no the ground is very slick and almost dangerously slick. Like people have kind of slipping a little bit. And it smells almost like gasoline a little bit as you guys travel farther and farther down. Can somebody roll me a 1d100? No, Dose, since you're the last person to roll something. 1d100. Can you roll a 1d100? Or like what, 5d20? Okay. So after about, there's, I'd say about 6 to 7 hours of going down this passageway, you arrive at a fork, and Dawnbringer kind of nudges towards the left. And I presume you guys continue down this left.
Yes.
Okay, and then a few hours later, there's a fork, but there's 3 options, and Dawnbringer go and kind of points to the middle one.
Follow her again.
Okay. So
I hope the sword could.
Ooh.
Everybody starts to. I mean, you guys have been traveling for a while now, and everyone's starting to get tired again. And Alastina offers up. I think it's time to rest here.
Yeah, we can take a small break.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay, I'll start the fire and get everything all set up. I can take first watch. Okay, so you guys rest. You do your typical watch rotation and wake up the next day, and you don't really quite feel as refreshed as you normally would, even with the Song of Rest. You guys are irritable, groggy, tired. It seems as if the traveling has really been catching up to you at this point.
You know what?
Anyone have coffee?
I'm riding on the back of the Umber Hulk.
Jeff is complaining a lot.
I don't give a shit about Jeff. He's fine. He's been eating the mushrooms.
You guys haven't seen any mushrooms in the last day.
Oh, so he is hungry. We have any? We have anything?
You guys have some reserves that you brought with you, but
I'll feed him, I guess.
okay, Tarkus is not tired, but Jeff is extremely tired.
Sucks to be Jeff. Such is the life of a slave.
So so you guys ready to head out?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
10 more minutes.
Let's go. What the fuck are you guys waiting for? Let's find this library.
Can someone roll me another 1d100?
How do you even roll a 1d100?
I don't know. I think it's just like 5d20, but -4 or some shit.
Why -4?
Because I think the least you could get with a 5d20 would be 5. And so I guess -4 to make it 1. Like if it was, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I see
Stats
what
gods
you're
are
saying.
angry.
Close enough. All right, so you guys continue down this smooth. Like it seems like you're entering into one kind of rock, one huge. Like this corridor that you're in, and the walls kind of seem to be made out of one thing. And as you guys are getting tired again at this point, and it's been quite a while since you've been traveling. One second. Okay, so as you travel down, you can hear some strange singing in one of them is common, one of them you recognize as undercommon, one of them a little dwarvish. Nokotos, you recognize most of these sort of different languages because you have different songs, limited songs, but yeah, you can hear some singing. No, nothing that you can really recognize. You do roll me a history check. Okay, you do recognize one of them as an ancient Elvish war song.
Say let's.
I'll send Elijah down. They won't suspect a displacer beast. They'll just think it's a cub.
Okay, so you're gonna try to approach sort of with Elijah in the darkness.
Yeah. I mean, I can see through the cat's eyes.
Okay. So as you get closer, can you roll me a I guess just roll me an intelligence check. Just see if you recognize what it is.
Damn.
Okay, so you recognize it to be a basilisk. And you know that one of the main things of a basilisk is that it has a petrifying gaze. So if any creature if the basilisk looks into the eyes of any creature, it can turn it to stone.
I'm gonna have my pet run back. That's what was singing?
Yep.
It's fucking eerie.
They speak snake sometimes, at least in Harry Potter.
And you know that basilisks typically aren't able to sing or like speak in any sort of language, and it seems to have it actually knows what it's saying. It's not just like a parrot that's repeating things. And if it is, it's a very extremely complicated one.
All right. Well, actually, Elijah will stay. Since I can see it, I can mentally connect to it. Can I? How far away?
I don't know. What does the spell say? I'm not too good with spells.
It's not a spell. It's just the natural that I can telepathically connect. How far away are we?
I think it's you're about within 120 feet. I think it has a 30-foot range.
Oh, so can we get close enough to it that it won't see us?
Elijah can try, yeah.
So how far is Elijah from it? How far are we, and then how far is Elijah at this point?
Elijah, you said you sent Elijah up ahead, so probably 30 feet ahead of you all. So 120 from Elijah, 150 from everybody else.
Oh wow, so it's a ways away.
Yep.
Can I, if I can see it as Elijah, if I'm 30 feet away from it as Elijah, can I telepathically connect to it?
Yes.
All right, then I will send Elijah up closer.
Okay. So you're able to sort of, you're gonna roll me a, what is it? Shit, sneak check? Is there a...
I don't know, is there?
There is.
Yeah, there definitely is.
Stealth?
Stealth. Roll that shit. Okay, so Elijah kind of, as she approaches, and she's the first almost 60 feet are good, and then as she kind of fumbles or like slips down a rock a little bit and makes a lot of noise, and the basilisk is startled and starts speaking in many different languages quickly, one after another, and one of them you recognize to be Common. He says, "Anyone out there? Hello? Anybody?"
Am I close enough to telepathically say something?
Yes.
I'll say, yeah. Yeah, I'm here.
You see that as you say, "Hello, I'm here," the basilisk immediately sort of looks down and closes its eyes, as if to be averting its gaze. And he says, so you speak Undercommon. Perfect. Well, about time you lot arrived. Come. The library bid me guide you to the gates, and I've waited here too long.
All right. As he's saying this, I'm speaking it, so like everybody around me can hear it too.
Okay.
How do we know we can trust you? Who are you? Like, why the fuck are you even out here?
Aren't you on your way to the Graven Hollow?
We might be.
Okay. Well, come. We've been expecting you for quite a bit now.
Dawnbringer didn't say anything about a basilisk.
Who is we?
Alright,
Yeah.
I'll ask who's we.
Why, the stone librarians, of course. The librarians of the Graven Hollow.
I thought this place was locked for years.
Well, somewhat locked. I believe one of you has the loot of opening.
Oh shit.
Ooh, me.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
we
don't.
do.
Well, that's the only way to even come in contact with this plane of existence, which is quite outside of the material plane. It's just slightly off. But with the loot of opening, it sort of connects a bit of a bridge, if you will, between the Graven Hollow and the material plane. And you all have it, so come in.
Can you identify a potion for me?
I know someone that can.
Oh, alright. Then yeah, I guess we'll
I love a good
Okay, so you guys end up, follow the basilisk, and he's sort of leading the way in front, waddling back and forth. Wait, I have a picture actually. There you go.
That's what's fucking singing.
Yes.
What? Well,
Oh.
that's still frankly pretty goddamn scary.
Yeah, I'd go with scary.
I don't trust this thing that turns people into stone. Stone librarians, like what were they before they were stone librarians?
I trust this thing.
As you guys are going to the Graven Hollow, the basilisk starts to explain to you the rules of the Graven Hollow and what the Graven Hollow is, and he says, well, my number one duty, of course, is to prevent any violence that is to happen in the Graven Hollow. See, the Graven Hollow is a sacred place, and we cannot defile it with any violence. So please, while you're there, don't raise your voice, don't shout, only whisper, and respect the other people that are in the Graven Hollow. And as you continue, he's sort of waddling faster and faster. And
Can you enter the actual plane of existence, or are you stuck in between these two?
no, I can enter it, of course.
Yeah, you want to help us go kill a demon queen? All you'll have to do is look at her.
Please, even I'm a match for a demon queen.
It's worth a shot. We could take your head instead.
He doesn't respond.
He winks at you.
Hey, look, that's terrible.
So as you guys pass through, you get to a massive set of basalt doors, which are flanked by these giant stone giant statues. And you're able to sort of walk up to the ledge, or so the entrance. And as you sort of walk across the threshold of the Graven Hollow, it's like stepping into another realm. The oppressive gloom of the Underdark is replaced by light and a sense of openness that brings back memories of the surface world. The corridor beyond the gates is wide enough for 10 people to walk side by side, and the ceiling's height reminds you of the great halls of Gracklestone.
Do we ever have to leave? I miss the surface so much.
The corridor opens into a central well with walkways crossing its span to the opposite side. You can barely see the ends of the level to your left and right, with doors opening into so many rooms that you doubt you could explore them all in a single day. The ceiling is bright with rainbows trapped in hundreds of crystal formations, combining to create a sense of inviting illumination. Looking down is a dizzying experience. Staircases connect to different levels below, and you lose count of how far down they go. A stout, rocky creature detaches from a perfectly smooth wall to your left, leaving an imprint of its body in a hole that quickly smooths out and fades from sight. Travelers, I am home. The masters are occupied. There are rooms for all of you. Choose your own. The resources of Graven Hollow are at your disposal. You need only ask. And it is a Galeb Dur, which I will show you a picture of. But it's sort of like this stone creature. It looks, okay, you know Gollum from Pokemon?
Yeah.
Imagine something like that, but made out of like just a big rock. Like a rock face, pretty much.
Huh.
We need a book on how to kill a demon queen and control a dragon, if you have one.
Please follow me, and I can take you to your rooms and explain everything on the way.
I mean, our rooms. I don't want to be in here any longer than I have to. How about you just give us the book and then we can get out?
I can't give you a book. The Graven Hollow doesn't have tangible things. It houses echoes and memories.
So how do we get what we came for? Seems like he'll turn us into stone.
Wait, where did the basilisk go? I want his head.
You turn around and he's gone.
Isn't it its gaze that turns us into stone, not us looking at it?
Yes. All right.
Oh,
Let's follow him.
Alright, let's take a quick break. I gotta use the bathroom real quick.
I'm gonna get more
Here.
beer.
fuck!
Yo, I'm back. This is a Galeb Dur. That little Gollum dude. Yeah, he's smiling. He's pretty happy. Yo.
Returned.
What's up?
I'm back.
Nice. Dennis, you back? Bree, you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, Phil, you back? Yo, Phil.
Yeah,
Oh, is everybody here?
just got back.
Oh, okay.
Is everybody here?
I think so.
I think so.
Alright, nice. Okay. So, where were we?
Following this guy to our room.
Gotcha. So, as you guys walk with this gentleman, he sort of explains to you that the library of the Graven Hollow is a bastion of peace and order in this wretched Underdark, carved out long ago from the bones of the world and protected by ancient and potent magic. This library possesses a kind of awareness. It blocks and redirects those unworthy of reaching its gates. and it facilitates a way to for those who need it. Now, you must understand that the Graven Hollow might be able to answer many of your questions, but you have to be sure that these are questions that you want answered. Also, I'm sure Vestalin has told you, but please, why? This is a library in a place of peace. You're expected to refrain from arguments and violence.
Arguments?
Yes, even arguments.
It's bullshit.
I won't warn you again, please, Tarkus. Tarkus Moonlight, is it?
You don't impress me.
So, as you guys keep walking, he takes you into rooms that have 2 beds in them. There's like 6 rooms in a row.
Oh, we're not staying here. We're not sleeping here. I don't trust your ass. When do we get our questions answered?
Okay, that's fine. I can take you down to see the residents right now.
What does that
Who
mean?
would you like to see? The Keeper of the Past, the Keeper of the Present, or I'd recommend against seeing Ustova at the moment. She's quite ill.
Why?
Well, she is the Keeper of the Future, and the future is so unclear right now.
Interesting.
How long has she been like that for?
I must say, about a year now.
I agree.
Would you like me to show you to Ulthar?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have.
Okay, so as you guys, he takes you, so you don't put any of your stuff down, you just keep all your packs on.
Yeah.
Okay, so you head out and you follow him, and it's almost like this MC Escher type view as you guys are walking around in this library. It's like there's stairways leading to somewhere that's going back this way, and it's just a huge, complete mess. And sooner, before you know it, you're almost completely lost in this labyrinth-like area. And he takes a quick right and walks up to this cavern room in which you see a large stone giant who the Galamdur called as Ulthar. He seems extremely busy, sort of categorizing and organizing this huge bookshelf. And there's just bookshelves everywhere in this room. It's like there's scrolls, there's stone tablets, there's speaking stones that are repeating things. It's just like there's just mass amounts of information everywhere. And another thing that you sort of notice was as you guys are approaching him, you can sort of see some people flicker in and out of existence and kind of they seem completely real, like someone will walk towards you and then just absolutely just disappear in front of your face, and people will just sort of flicker in and out of existence just like that.
Kind of freaky. All the more reason not to stay here for too long, though.
Can he tell me how the Great Old One was born?
Okay, so you sort of, I guess, call out to him or something. I mean, he might be able to. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll call out and ask him.
Okay, he says, surface dwellers, I am Uthar, keeper of the past. He's sort of writing down on he's organizing texts, like different scrolls and stone tablets and stuff. He's like very busy organizing stuff. Extremely busy here. I'm managing this vast network of scrolls and different stone tablets which desperately need organizing. No, I don't think it's anything that you would be able to help me with. I think I'm quite good on my own. What do you need?
Answer my question. Oh, what is this fucking vial? What is this potion? You must know.
Priority.
Okay. Let me see. This reminds me. He kind of picks it up quickly, shakes a little bit, pulls it up. This looks like a film.
A what? Hello.
Yes, it's a Philip's love potion. If somebody drinks this, they will fall madly in love with the first creature he or she perceives after consuming it.
So I have an idea.
Interesting.
We give it to Tarkus and then hold Dozed in front of her.
Great
No.
idea.
I am gonna give it to
Jeff.
that elf. Oh, that elf chick.
Let's get.
That really powerful one that could teleport. The
Ah,
White Thorns girl. Thanks,
that's not a
Lothar.
bad idea, but it'd be nice to give Dozed some peace of mind, don't you think?
I'll kill him.
Oh,
I'll
but
give
you
him
wouldn't if you
peace of
loved him.
mind. You don't know that. Tarkus kills anything. Can Tarkus even love?
I
No.
hope
Well,
so.
let's find out.
It's a waste of a potion.
I'm gonna ask why. And
Well, I haven't seen. I have quite a backlog, so I'm quite a bit in the past. You might have to ask the present, the keeper of the present, exactly what's going on. Unfortunately, unless I don't know. I haven't heard anything yet. He
Has
explains to you that he's about 400 to 500 years behind in cataloging things.
Has Bakasor ever been killed? Or sent out of this plane?
Bakasura. She, as far as I know, she's never been in this plane, but she belongs on the abyssal plane, if anywhere. I mean, some would say she doesn't deserve to exist at all, but who am I to say anything?
I would say you're.
Can you tell us anything about her?
Bakasura. Well, she is. The Bakasura is more of a more recent name for her. She used to be called Zigmatoi, and she is the queen, the demon queen of the fungi. She is able to exist anywhere where there's a cool, dank, rotting animal. She can use her spores to control it and raise it from the dead, or she has a proclivity towards infesting people's minds and causing them to. And he kind of looks at Nokotos a little bit, and he sees you scratching yourself, and he's like, you seem to have something You seem to know a little bit about it, don't you?
He's infected. We should kill him.
Hey,
I would. I don't think it's a true infection. It seems to be purely mental. I may be able to cure that.
By crushing him.
He kind of holds up his hand and puts his arm out towards you, and like a white ball gently floats from the tips of like it forms from the tips of his fingers and like floats out and like goes straight into your head. And you're completely cured of the need to itch.
thank you so much.
Any other questions?
Oh man, there's just so much. How do I tame a red dragon?
I won't be able to answer that question specifically, but you would be able to read like a few books about the subject. There have been um, surprisingly no half druids, but there have been races in the past that were able to tame a red dragon. You'd have to search in the archives.
Okay.
Ah, yes, there's quite quite a good catalog that is also in the archives.
How do we find the keeper of the present?
I'm sure Drinham will be able to take you, and another like piece of stone kind of just like jumps out of the wall and kind of like lands. Is like, have I been summoned? Perfect. Yes. Shall we?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah, let's go.
the keeper of the present.
Yes, to the keeper of the present.
We should go.
Yeah, where are
So-
the archives?
So basically, the archives is as you're walking. You're essentially in this massive library with just like rows and rows and rows and rows of like tons of books, scrolls, texts, stone tablets, any type of any way you can preserve information is on these walls, on these bookshelves, should I say? And as you guys continue to walk with Drinit, you see people walking around through this library, and they seem to be completely real, except sometimes you'll notice that they just pop in and pop out of existence. But after walking for a bit, you notice that there's some people that they're not popping in or out. They're just kind of staying as is. They seem to be either very focused or very intent on finding information. Do you stop to talk to any of them, or do you continue on your way?
Have you crossed over from reality?
So the first person that you see is it's sort of like a dwarf with a massive grizzled gray beard. He looks extremely old. He seems quite absent-minded.
Like lost?
Yeah, exactly, like lost.
Can I say, well, who are you? Who are you, pal?
I'm Grimward Battlebruner, and I can't remember why I've came here. It's so easy to get lost.
Do you know
Do
how
you
to
know
get
what-
out? Yeah, go ahead.
Do you know where you came from?
Yes, there was a. I remember there was an evil presence that arose in the land, and I came here for answers, but I can't quite get out. I can't really remember. And just like that, he flickers out of existence.
Okay, we cannot stay here for too long.
Yeah, let's get out of
We need to know more.
So so the Drennet is sort of like, the keeper of the present, he's right here. If you have any questions about what's happening now, I'm sure he'd be able to explain it to you. And you guys enter the exact, like, identical looking cavern that you were just in before. Like, they look exactly the same.
And there's another.
But there's, and hold up, let me see if I can. Looking for a picture. Go. This is the stone librarian is what they look like.
So
And-
what's the
The Dawnbringer stopped sort of pulling Corbin anywhere once you guys entered the Graven Hollow.
I think she's kind of taking a break now that we've gotten to our destination for now.
stop this evil?
Is she still resting? Can I communicate with her at all? Or?
No. You get no response.
Guess we'll find out later.
So, as you sort of approach this keeper of the present, you notice that there's people constantly just coming in. There's like sort of almost like birds, there's insects that are just coming in, going close to his ear, and then flying away. And there's different types of like lizards that are coming up and speaking in his ear and then going away. And he's sitting on this massive stone throne, and there's just constant communication into his ear, and he's sort of hastily scribbling onto a stone tablet, and he's recording exactly what's happening. So he'll like get information and like quickly write it down on a stone tablet and then pass it off to another Galinger that's sort of hustling all of the stone tablets, and he'll pick up another one, and he's just basically like frantically writing stuff down.
Can he hear us? Like if we talk to him?
Yeah, he can hear you.
What's going on here? Like, why are we gonna be able to get out of here?
Yes, of course you'd be able to get out of here. This isn't a prison. This is the Graven Hollow.
Why did that dwarf?
Sometimes the weak of mind occasionally get distracted, but that's just a simple matter of the way that it is.
To set up some sort of like system so that we don't get lost here. Like,
Don't ask that.
I don't think I'm weak. I'm just
No.
looking out for you guys.
I think if you stay together, you should be fine.
How do we kill Bakasura?
Ah, Bakasura. Okay. Well, I've just written about her actually, and you can find exactly what happened. Well, I'll give you a brief recap. There is no current known way to kill Bakasura, so that's all I know for now.
Oh.
Okay. Can we take 5-minute break? I gotta read some stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, take 5.
Level spell.
Okay, I'm back. Everybody ready?
I'm here.
I'm
Yeah.
ready.
Dennis? Oh, Warren?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, shit. Alright, okay. So, you just asked the Stone Librarian what exactly?
How do we send Bakasura back to her plane?
Funny you should mention that. There was another individual here not too long ago that asked that same exact question.
Drizzt Do'Urden.
No, actually. A
Ooh.
different. His name is Vizerin, also a drow, but not Drizzt, although Drizzt has been and will be here again.
Interesting.
Has anybody explained to you exactly how the Graven Hollow works?
No, not well. I don't know.
So obviously there's 3 keepers. The keepers of the past, the present, myself, and the future. Now, the Graven Hollow exists in its own dimension within the material plane, and of course only those worthy of finding it ever do find it. But this is because it exists within a pure phaserous crystal. Surely you've heard of phaserous before.
No.
No.
Not at all.
So phaserous is a old and mysterious crystal that has many different effects. One of which is it um, sort of intercepts any type of teleportation spells, so you can't teleport easily into or out of phaserous. The other is that it can sort of cause mishaps with magical spells. If you try to cast something, you might cast something completely different. It kind of disrupts the arcane magic. And also, it can sort of strangely affect time and space.
Okay. So we won't really know how long we've been in here.
Yes.
Let's, I guess, just try to make it quick, right?
So the rooms that you guys passed were all sort of organized by sort of chronological date and alphabetical order. There seemed to be like a very strict organizational pattern within the library, and the Gallagher that's with you sort of offers to escort you to see whatever you want to see in the library.
We go. Where should we go? Do you guys think?
Just find out if we can send Bakasura back to her plane. How will we look under demonology?
Yes, demonology, or I think Bakasura does have her own section actually. So follow me.
Oh, of course she does.
Is there like
So there's, sort of these walkways all throughout this massive library that's sort of neatly organized. It's very sparsely inhabited. I mean, occasionally you'll see another Gallagher kind of waddling around, or you'll see the occasional visitor. You don't know if this visitor is from the past, present, or future. They're just sort of, busily searching, kind of desperately looking for information. They're kind of on a mission. And the walkways that surround the sort of central well are wide and empty. And then each level consists of an opening surrounded by a wide walkway connecting the rooms that are dug into, like, the wall, sort of. So no matter how far down and around you guys go, there always seems to be more and more levels going down this winding sort of central well. And he drops you off, and he's like, "B, okay, right here, Bakasura," and he sort of points towards the bookcase, and you pick up these, either the stone scrolls or the stone tablets or the scrolls or books, and the letters on them rearrange themselves to something that you can understand, which is common. And you each kind of grab a book, and every single one of them says Bakasura on it.
Okay, well, how should we approach this that we can figure out, how to send her back without being here forever?
There's got to be some kind of ritual.
So the Caleb Durr sort of pulls out from thin air this sort of pure crystal. It's about the size of a baseball. It has like almost infinite edges on it, and it's just like a pure, like diamond almost. And he says, "Here is a stone speaker crystal. You can attune yourself to a memory and experience that memory for exactly as it was. This will perhaps answer your question about Bakasura."
All right.
Very good. So he gives the crystal to Nokotos. Okay, so as soon as you you all, as soon as Novatos grabs the crystal, and you all kind of are looking on the bookshelves, and everyone picks up pretty much like a book or a scroll, and it all says like the images are at first in a foreign language, and they immediately sort of just rearrange into comment that says Bakasura. And as everyone picks up the book, you guys are kind of instantly transported to what looks like you're still in the Underdark. You're in a massive tower that's in a huge cavern. And it's this tower with an impervious drow archwizard who's dressed in spider silk robes, and he casts some sort of mighty spell into the center of the room. And as you guys are sort of kind of like ghost-like figures, or kind of ephemeral, sort of floating in there, your body doesn't seem to be like it's completely there. It's kind of like a vision. And so as you're sort of paralyzed and just watching. And so as the ritual draws towards its conclusion, a web of phasrous energy expands outward, and the wizard seems very alarmed by this, and he sort of starts to try to. Tarkus notices that he starts increasing the speed at which he casts his spell, and sort of is trying to cut corners with the language and cut corners with the somatic movement parts of the spell, and then suddenly just complete madness. And there's this rift that opens up from this small black point in the middle of the room, and there's these cracks that sort of start to crack out among that black point into what starts to widen and crunch open, and suddenly there's these horrific fiends that are shrieking and howling as they're sort of coming out from the abyss, this portal into the abyss that is in the Underdark. And as like just countless hordes of demons start to march out, a woman's deep, dark laugh echoes in your mind, and the drow wizard kind of sees what he's done and says a sort of a short spell and teleports himself out, and all of you are kind of instantly transported back to the Graven Hollow. And Tarkus, can you roll me a intelligence check, please? Okay, so you recognize that the drow insignia on the wizard is related to a house of Menzoborian, which is the drow capital, and it's House Baenre. Baenre.
All right, I'll relay that to them. That I know where that sigil.
Everybody experienced the vision together.
Well, I mean, about that I know who it is. Well, I know of them. Why wouldn't he try to seal the rift? I guess that's where we should go. I don't think we should go to Menzoborian, though. That's a bad idea.
So the books that you guys are all holding kind of like dematerialize and float away into nothingness as you're kind of discussing this. And they replenish themselves on the bookcase. Okay, so
wait, is the guy from Present still here?
No, he was still in. You left him. He was in
God
the
damn it.
original chamber. You guys kind of like head out towards the archives. He couldn't really answer any direct questions. He seemed kind of busy. He kind of just pointed you in the direction of where you could find your answers.
Would he know if this same wizard or this Drow priest is working on a way to send her back?
Can we talk? Oh.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. What do you guys want to do? You guys want to keep reading?
Maybe if we like look up like defeat or something. I don't know. Like way to like actually defeat her. Maybe not like just sending her back.
Nearly
Yeah.
die.
So the one that you pick up is it seems to be kind of recently scribed, and as you open it, again, everybody's sort of instantly sort of transported into a cavern of peculiar beauty, and you recognize that you're a couple 100 feet up above the Neverlight Grove, and there's lights of every color shining from the pure essence of life, diffused and amplified by the glow of the Phaedrus, so it's very hazy and sparkly. The glow pulses, and you can feel the life in the cavern rotting away, bursting with infection. A mushroom grows in the center of the cave, even larger and taller, pustules forming and seeping as its stem thickens and its cap reaches the cavern's ceiling, forming a vast fungal tower. And you recognize this to be Agarika, which is that fungal tower that you guys saw earlier. Two Myconids are just in awe, kind of bowing down, not minding the carpet of rot under their feet. You sense their minds come alive in wonder, and they kneel in to worship, and you know they're doomed. A voice calls out within the cloud of spores that falls like snow. The voice tells the Myconids to prepare for a gift unlike anything they've ever known, and you recognize the two Myconids. One is Sovereign Philo, and the other is Yernik, or what you imagine to have been Yernik earlier.
Who was your Nick again? Was that the...
That was the guy who skipped the fight.
Oh, the...
Eyeball ass nigga.
Yes.
He was a Myconid? The tentacle beast?
Originally, yeah.
Is that all this memory shows?
Yes. And you guys are kind of, as they're bowing, and like the third time that they bow, you guys kind of snap back. You're back to the library.
Well, definitely.
We should go back to the Keeper of the Present, unless you want to keep reading.
I think we should too.
Walk
Yeah.
all the way.
That could be. We don't even know how long though. Like
We could
we-
go back and the whole world could be just overrun.
For all we really know, it already could be, but I'd rather, take the chances on not trying to get too much knowledge.
Well, maybe
Given-
we can go.
Just as you guys are discussing this, an individual comes up to you. He's a drow, and he kind of is looking, covering over your shoulders, kind of looking at the book of Bakasura.
See something you like, pal?
There's a picture of him. And he says, "Shh, please, the basilisk is watching. Don't be so crude."
I don't give a fuck about the bastard. I want his head.
And there is this thing that's behind him.
What the fuck you got?
God
with you?
damn.
Is it with him?
Where can I
Yes,
get one of
it's
those?
it's right. It's right like behind him. You
Okay.
see.
Well, I guess we
And-
have Jeff.
Yeah.
That's all I got for the night. 10:40.
Nice.
10:04.
No, he doesn't.
How big is that thing?
Pretty big. Not too big. I mean,
As big as him, or is
hold on,
Big.
let me check.
bigger than him?
Yeah, bigger.
Do we know what that is?
Roll me intelligence check. Yeah,
Nature or intelligence?
intelligence.
Damn it.
You recognize that it's something kind of legend that isn't really in the material plane. You think it's called a slod.
A slod?
A slod. It's kind of in some like ancient folklore and ancient fairy tales, but it's not something that it's something of legend almost. Alrighty, I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna get some food.
Mhm.
Thanks for the session, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
So how do I just hit stop for the recording and then what?
And
Okay.
everyone will have.
Okay.
Because
All
it
right.
takes a good amount of
All right.